Welcome to American English Education.
How do lobsters grow? There is something I want to tell you about the stress and how we have to look at stress. And I think it's an important thing because many people have told me from my lectures the one thing they remember. I was sitting at a dentist's office, looked at an article which said, "How do lobsters grow?" I don't care how lobsters grow, but I was interested in it. And it points out that lobsters are soft, a mushy animal that lives inside a rigid shell. That rigid shell does not expand. Well, how can the lobster grow? As the lobster grows, it turns out, the shell becomes very confining, and lobster feels itself under pressure and uncomfortable. It goes under rock formation to protect itself from predatory fish, casts off the shell, and produces a new one. Eventually, that shell becomes very uncomfortable as it grows. Back under the rocks, lobster repeats this numerous times. The stimulus for the lobster to be able to grow is that it feels uncomfortable. Now, if lobsters had doctors, they would never grow, because as soon as the lobster feels uncomfortable, goes to the doctor, gets a Valium, gets a Percocet, feels fine, and never casts off its shell. So I think we have to realize that times of stress are also times that are signals for growth. And if we use adversity properly, we can grow through diversity. Vocabulary: lecture, article, lobster, to point out something, soft, mushy, rigid, shell, expand, confine, to become confining, pressure, to be under pressure, uncomfortable, rock formation, protect, prey on, predator, predatory fish, to cast off, produce, eventually, numerous, stimulus, Valium, Percocet, realize, times of stress, signal, proper, to use something properly, growth, adversity, to cope with something, means to deal with something. Practice questions. What is stress? How do you cope with stress? How do lobsters grow? How do people grow?
Bye.